Humans are the only ones that have the gift of medicine. Once you pair that gift of medicine with the compassion for animals, humans start to help small and injured animals. Sometimes it's just about looking after them, and other times it involves very intricate operations and surgeries that we're willing to spend hours on. Here are just a few acts of kindness by humans. Not all dogs get to live a luxurious life. Unfortunately, Cupid was one of them. He was born without any front legs. What's more is that he was found in a garbage bag, and a rescue team refused to take him in as he was unadoptable. But Cupid's bad luck was soon about to end when Znitterek found out about his condition. This woman was so determined to give him the best life that she custom-built 2 front prosthetic legs for him. She consulted the owner of Possibility, an organization that helps provide mobility to disabled dogs. Janice Olenek said that she hadn't ever treated a dog who had such short front limbs, so that was a first, definitely. But it was all worth it. Cupid was very timid at first, but Znitterek was able to entice him with multiple treats and tennis balls to get him to move. At first, Cupid would tip over if he made a turn too fast, but slowly the little puppy got the hang of his new legs and was happily walking all over the place. The most surprising part is that before even learning to walk, Cupid learned how to ski, a true Canadian at heart. It's about time man's best friend switches up their species. For this man, this species seems to be the pelicans. Usually, these birds are quite hostile, but not when they've been separated from their flock, which is usually what happens with big birds. After losing his track due to a storm, Jeffrey, a kayaker, took him in. Jeffrey also happened to be the manager at a safari camp, so he and his staff took matters into their own hands and decided to teach the big bird how to hunt. Jeffrey would even take the bird along with him on his fishing trips. Slowly, their bond started to deepen as they spent more and more time together. Big Bird started to see Jeffrey and the staff as his new flock and would accompany them everywhere. Well, all the help and training worked, because a big bird can catch fish all by himself. Forget about teaching a man how to fish, it's time for Big Bird to do that. Penguins live in some of the most isolated areas in the world, yet this one still managed to become friends with a 71-year-old retired fisherman, João Pereira de Souza. João found a small Magellanic penguin at his local beach. The penguin was completely covered in oil and dehydrated too. That's when João decided to take him in and clean him up. He fed Jingjing a diet of fish every single day for a few weeks until he was healthy enough to leave. Jingjing, on the other hand, just wouldn't leave his new friend because of how attached he grew to him. For about 11 months, João and Jingjing spent every day together. But as soon as he grew a coat of feathers, he disappeared. João thought he had gone for good, but a few months passed by, and he showed up again at the same beach. Jingjing lets João pet and even feed him, but pecks at anyone who tries to touch him. This relationship is so heartwarming because Jingjing travels miles every year to spend 8 months with his favorite person. And the rest of it Jingjing spends on the Patagonian coast of Argentina and Chile. People often say he wouldn't come back to him, but João knows his penguin is a loyal friend. Even biologists from around the world were shocked at this behavior. This is what a little kindness can get you. Mothers become overprotective when their children need extra care, and that goes for cats too. This cat hid her kitten because she didn't want him to get hurt. The rescue team spent hours searching for where she could have hidden him and why. When they finally saw the kitten, they realized both his back limbs were absolutely crushed to the point of being unusable. As soon as this little kitten heard someone approach, he went back to his hiding spot. After setting up a few traps and emptying out the kitten's hiding spot, they approached the scared little kitten. The kitten was scared, but they had to clean him up before they could fix his legs. They found out that the kitten's legs had a fracture due to external shock, which meant something ran over the poor animal. On top of that, it had been 2 months since the injury. They put the kitten down on the operating table as soon as possible. The kitten had finally opened up to the vets and was in much less pain now. In fact, a singer named Kim Won-soon decided to adopt him as well. The kitten might never have been able to live on its own, but now it has a family to lean on. Since he had lost 90% of his nerves, he wouldn't be able to walk. So they got him a little wheelchair. As soon as he got hooked up to the wheels, he ran like the wind. Cats might be resilient, but even they can't fight off the cold. A farm owner and YouTuber found a little kitten on her porch in February of 2015. The temperature was below freezing, and chilly winds were not helping the weather either. Elsa, the cat, was on the verge of dying since she was completely frozen up. She couldn't move at all, except one of her paws, which gave the farm owner some hope that she might be alive. He took her in immediately and wrapped her up in some blankets. After waiting for a while, he didn't get any movement, since Elsa was still quite weak. The farm owner decided to give her a warm bath to revive the poor kitten's body temperature. Later on, the farm owner gave the cat some hot water to drink, and slowly but surely, Elsa started to behave like a cat again. Hypothermia is a condition where the being has to be treated at the earliest. Otherwise, it can take over in a few seconds. Luckily, Elsa was saved just in time. After a few warm massages and some hot food, she was up and going. Although she was sneezing, it was still better than having her rock solid. When it comes to medical care for birds, many of them are overlooked because many places don't have vets that specialize in avian care. That's why this girl took matters into her own hands. She found an injured baby sparrow, and even though she didn't have any formal medical knowledge, she did her own research by talking to rehabilitation center experts and was ready to perform a procedure. After disinfecting her workspace, she brought the irritating little birdie to her table. The bird was too weak to be on its own, and since it had a broken wing, it was definitely in pain. She finally got around to bandaging the little birdie and giving it some support. Right after the little operation, the bird was quite lethargic and even had some trouble eating. But at least it wasn't in any more pain. Alright, comment down below which of these stories moved you the most. Before you go, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to TRENDJOINT for more. See you around!